Hi Aries, this is your reading with me for the 31st to the 6th of February to see what's coming through for your week. So I'm interested, I'm intrigued, I wonder if you are as well. And we're going to go through absolutely everything. Let me just move my microphone a little bit closer to me. Alright, so before I start, wanted to mention a few things. Free reading giveaway is down below. They are done every single month. All the information on how you can enter is down below. Private services, private readings, everything is on my website, including intention manifesting items, which thousands of people have seen results with. So you can check out my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com. You can scroll to the bottom actually to check out the reviews section on the intention items. There's items for various different intentions and categories. In fact, there are so many intentions for different areas of your life. And then of course there's bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards, crystals, sage bundles. Things are handmade, meditated with and saged. Apart from the crystals, obviously they are sourced. But you get my point, like majority of these items are completely handmade, meditated with and saged. Okay, so everything's linked down below. I have a variation of cards. I thought that's nice, you know, we get a bit of variation. So let's start first of all with the Oracle deck. Ooh, okay, hold on a second. I saw this one and I also saw this black one. All right, and I usually take 3, so that's that. Also got some Mercury Realms Edition 2 cards. We have tarot, woohoo, okay. 4 of Wands, 1111. Who sees 1111? Let me know. Okay, wow. Now keep in mind that this week we have indeed still got Mercury doing its thing because, you know, Mercury retrograde has happened technically. However, the shadow period still looms over this week. So just keep in mind that Mercury is kind of doing this awkward thing where it's not retrograding, but kind of still is. It's one of those things. It's interesting here because I definitely see a lot of reflection based off of a situation and a connection that has in many ways. So yeah, you see here also Mercury is balancing itself out as well, but also so are you. You're thinking about two sides to different opportunities and different situations. You have this energy of pros and cons and you're not jumping to conclusions. You're not thinking, oh my god, like it's just this or it's just that. Even with certain people you may be dealing with, you're thinking, okay, they're not maybe doing so much towards me, but they're not an inherently terrible person. So it's almost like, you know, you find that sort of sweet spot in between where it's not just black and white. Does that make sense? I really hope this makes sense. Now it's interesting because I see here this energy of pause and reflect, and I also see, of course, judgment. In fact, to kind of balance out the cards, let's put the 2 black coloured ones on the side, and then we got just for you. So I see here some communication coming your way, an envelope, a letter, a message perhaps. It could even come through social media or a text message. It's interesting here because we actually do have text message as well, but some of you might find that it's a letter that comes through the post or a notification or some kind of message, and it finally just allows you to realize, like, okay, now I know what to do, because it's something that you've been thinking about and you've been thinking, oh my god, okay, what do I do in this situation? And that's the thing, is that you start to have so much more clarity because there's something here that has actually made you feel like you need to think about things and you need to make a decision. But then so many of you are thinking, actually, do you know what, it's not as simple as making a decision, it's also what I can do about everything and how I feel. And I think that that's interesting, and it seems to me like you're pausing and reflecting and you're thinking about things for sure, both sides. However, the answer actually is going to come to you. So then there's that, you know, it's like you might think to yourself, you have to find the answer, you have to be the one to do it all, but actually the answer comes to you, which I think is actually very satisfactory. Because look here, we have here, be patient with me please, whether this is a work opportunity, whether it's a romantic person or it's a friend or a situation opportunity that you're interested in and you're trying to hear back from. What's interesting is that they may be running behind. Why? Because look, Mercury is still looming, right? They might still be having some technical difficulties in those areas. So just keep in mind Mercury is still doing its thing, and so they need some they're trying to buy as much time as they can, because it's quite a situation for them on their side as well, and they just need some time for sure, from what I'm picking up on. And that's not really, of course, that's not your fault in any way, shape or form, but they just feel like they need some time and things like that. So of course, you know, the Magician here shows communication will come, and that they might be running behind, schedule, they may, you know, be feeling quite overwhelmed in all of those aspects, but you will receive a message here. And that's really what I'm seeing, is that this is it's a part of your destiny, this particular thing, but it's obviously delayed, and it feels like it's just delaying, and it's just taking up a lot of time and effort and energy, where you're thinking to yourself, okay, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, it's hard, right? It's hard. So we've got here, I don't know who I am anymore, which is interesting, because basically I feel like someone really struggles with themselves, and they just struggle so much in terms of like communicating, and they go into their shelf? I mean, maybe there's something about a shelf here, but they go into themselves a lot, and go into their shell. That's what I'm trying to say, shell. And it's interesting here, some of you might even think to yourself, I don't even know who I am anymore, because I've been chasing this particular thing, and it's just been feeling so overwhelming, and I feel stuck and overwhelmed and stressed, you know. But the good thing here is that actually you are very much so also looking after yourself. It says, I sometimes want to surprise you at your home. So clearly, you know, there is this message here which says just for you, which I think can be a very, very interesting piece of communication that finally gives you that stability that you're looking for, right? It gives you that sort of opportunity where you're like, all right, I know where I stand now. Thank you very, very much for describing that to me. 1111, it's part of your destiny. It's part of your destiny to get some form of formal, like an actual answer from this situation that gives you peace as to where you stand, what's going on, and how things are happening. I don't think that you're going to be left out in the cold to the point where you're wondering, all right, now where do I stand in this particular situation? You're not. I don't believe you're going to be in a situation like that. I think that you're going to be in a situation where you do know where you stand, you do know how you're being treated, and that you are also being treated fairly as well. So that's the other thing, is that you will be treated in a good way, from what I'm picking up on. So then there is that, which is of course very, very good. And then you've also got here the 10 of Cups. So especially if you're struggling romantically, we do see some progress here, and it comes as a result of you kind of having a lot more self-acceptance this week, because the more self-acceptance you have and the more gratitude you have towards where you are and taking care of yourself, actually the more it does help other people to kind of come towards you. I can give you so many examples of when you are trying to focus on other things and not, you know, the things that really worry you, that actually those things that worry you start to just kind of come together, and they start to progress, and things start to get resolved, and they're not as overwhelming. And it's really interesting how those things usually come together when we least care about it. And so I feel like so many of you here are just like, okay, whatever, you know, like they're not a terrible person, it's not a terrible situation, but it's not the greatest either. I'm just gonna, you know, do me, take care of myself, and then boom, the situation behind the scenes is starting to work out, and they come to you. So I think the more desperate you are, it seems to delay, and you may even find that is that the more desperate you are about these kind of situations, the more it delays and just makes you feel worse. Whereas when you are really taking care of yourself, you're putting yourself first, it's almost like they start to do a lot more towards you, and you're thinking to yourself, huh? Wait a second. How? Oh, wait a second. So basically, the answer you're waiting for comes to you, which is good, right? You'll have a real understanding where then the ball is in your court, and you're able to really, really know exactly where you stand, which I think is also really quite significant. See, with the Hermit, there's a lot of reflection on your side, but we also see some movement and conversation progressing beautifully and seamlessly, which allows things to really come together nicely as well. So you can definitely expect a message here which allows you to know where you stand, which is something that you've wanted to know for a while. Alright, so this is your reading, Aries. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. If you do what's the word? If you do claim the reading, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment down below. Check out the description box below for information on personal services, free reading giveaway, intention items. I also have TikTok and Instagram if anyone wants to follow me on there. I post short readings on there every single day. The exact usernames for my handles are listed down below, and I'll see you all very soon. Alright, take care everyone. Bye!